You have. I was also recognized with a Special Achievement Award by the Department of Justice. You remember the Department of Justice, right? It's the agency that's been pursuing you for decades. And like Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, I've had a history of prosecuting sex offenders. So thank you for keeping people like us in business. And as for dumb questions, you're always welcome to come here and answer some. If sitting so close.
The fiery exchange between Bill Maher and The View's Sunny Hostin quickly turned from a debate into a tense confrontation. What began as a calm discussion soon spiraled into a heated war of words after Maher stunned the panel by calling out progressive hypocrisy with his signature mix of wit, logic, and blunt honesty. His sharp argument struck a chord with the audience, who erupted in applause as he dissected the concept of wokeness and exposed the contradictions in modern political rhetoric. Let's get into it.
In the first segment, you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything, and I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining it, I said that's why Trump will get reelected.
That's why Trump will get reelected. So, the term woke has been, in my view, co-opted by the right and weaponized and backwards, and so I was surprised to hear you use the term, because historically, as you know, because I think you're quite brilliant, that woke is a word used by the black community to know that we must be aware of social injustices.
The word migrate.
Why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, and originally that was actually a great thing. The word to injustice is not bad, but words do migrate. Now, I'll use any term you want, because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't.
The term woke originally emerged within the black community as a call for awareness and social justice. But during the exchange, when Sunny Hostin argued that conservatives had twisted the term to create division, Bill Maher wasn't having it. He calmly held his ground, reminding her that language evolves and that today, woke represents something entirely different. In modern culture, he explained, it's become synonymous with extreme ideology, cancel culture, and the suppression of open debate. The audience erupted in applause as Maher shifted the discussion from definitions to the dangers of modern progressivism. Hostin tried to push back, but Maher's composure and clarity left her visibly struggling to keep pace.
That the left hasn't changed. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when it was the conservatives who hated the Jews. Okay? That was a joke.
Too dark, too dark.
Well, maybe it is, but it's true. I mean, you know, if I had any doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left, watching people protest for an organization like Hamas, that straightened me up pretty quick. Well, I mean, it's just astounding to me that they can't tell the good guys from the bad guys. I mean, just morally. I mean, let me tell you, if you're for Hamas, just live in Gaza for a day. And I'm not talking about while the war. I mean, before the war. Trust me, you would go running and screaming and begging to live in Tel Aviv.
Sunny Hostin tried to label Maher's perspective as nothing more than conservative talking points. He didn't flinch. Instead, he turned the moment around with his trademark mix of logic and humor. Smiling, he quipped, "Sunny, the issue isn't the word itself, it's what it's turned into." Maher went on to explain that even lifelong liberals like himself are being pushed aside by a culture that values outrage over discussion. The left, he said, used to be the champion of free speech. Now it seems more interested in shutting it down. His words hit hard, and as the flaws in Hostin's argument became clear, the audience burst into applause. Maher,
I mean, it's a show watched by a lot of women. Women have no rights in this place, and a lot of majority Muslim countries around the world. I mean, there is no equal rights as far as speech, dress, opportunities for education, reproductive rights, freedom from violence, freedom from harassment.
LGBTQ. Yes.
You that too. But if you throw around the term apartheid, there is a gender apartheid in a lot of the world, where women are second.
Maher then shifted the focus to global hypocrisy, calling out activists who claim to stand for justice while supporting groups notorious for human rights abuses. He specifically pointed to Hamas, noting their oppressive treatment of women and minorities. If you support Hamas, he said sharply, try living in Gaza for a single day. Maher reminded the audience that Hamas's record of brutality long predates the current conflict, yet many self-proclaimed woke activists still defend them. His blunt honesty struck a nerve, leaving the panel visibly unsettled as the crowd reacted to the uncomfortable truth.
Innocent civilians that have been collectively punished and murdered, largely children and women, and we're all concerned about the fact that the International Criminal Court just today issued a subpoena for BB.
That's ridiculous, but it's a neighborhood and they're defending themselves.
The discussion soon turned to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, but Maher quickly shut down any attempt to deflect blame from Hamas. This is war, he stated firmly, his tone leaving no room for debate. He backed his point with Hamas's own words, showing that their mission isn't about politics, it's about destruction. The audience responded with silent agreement, many nodding as his logic cut through the noise. Hostin, clearly unsettled by his clarity, was left with little choice but to steer the conversation elsewhere.
How
Okay,
do
well,
we get with a ceasefire?
All right, so Hamas needs to be because they are just organization who say openly that they want to commit genocide on the Jewish people, on the state of Israel. That's what from the river to the sea means, okay? And they say it very openly. They said we did this. They've been to Israel 5 times. They've started 5 since they were given that land back. They could have chosen to turn that place into any place they wanted to, and they took a lot of money that they took from the international community.
Maher wrapped up by taking aim at the media, arguing that too often narratives are valued more than facts. He criticized both political sides for cherry-picking stories to fit their agendas, but saved his harshest words for progressive outlets that prioritize outrage over truth. His blunt assessment struck a chord with viewers tired of biased coverage and constant ideological spin. In that moment, Maher's message resonated far beyond the studio, a reminder that honesty, no matter how uncomfortable, still matters.